This is Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon with the latest installment of First Sound, taking a look at some of the interesting draft prospects at the quarterback position for the upcoming 2018 NFL Draft. Today I'm going to look at a quarterback who's starting to get a little bit more attention out there in the Twitter timeline, and that's Grambling State quarterback Devante Kincade. There are two people out there who have been talking about Kincade a lot recently in the past couple of weeks or so. Will Stevenson and Riley Almond, who are two people you should be following on Twitter. They do really good work. They've been putting up videos of Kincade as they've been going through their studies for the upcoming draft class. So I definitely recommend giving those guys a follow. You can follow Will. He's at Draft Marvel. And you can follow Riley. He's at Junior Almanac, JuniorAumanac. So you can check out what they've been doing this summer as well. Kincade's an interesting prospect. Signed with Mississippi, transferred to Grambling State. Grambling State, the Tigers had a wonderful year last season. Finished 11-1, won the SWAC, won the Celebration Bowl against NC Central. We'll be looking at a couple plays from that game. The only game they lost was in the season opener when they went to Arizona, and they were winning in that game early. But Kincade suffered a slight knee sprain and missed the second half, and Arizona came back to win. But to go on the road to a Pac-12 team and really take it to him early, you'll see some plays from that game as well. You get a good chance to look at what Kincade can do. He's elusive with the football in his hands. There are some traits that really sort of jump out at the screen. The ones I'll be talking about: pocket presence, arm talent, downfield vision. But there are some things that he does really well, so he's somebody you should have on your radar. We're going to start with this play against Jackson State, which is from their second game of the season. As you can see, we're midway through the second quarter, and it's already 21-0. Grambling State was pretty much in control throughout this game. But we'll get a quick look right away at his downfield vision and elusiveness, his ability to move in the pocket and make people miss and keep plays alive. It's a 3rd-and-9 situation. Looking at Jackson State up front, they're in a little bit of a radar alignment here. I mean, as you can see, nobody's down on the line of scrimmage. Nobody's got their hand in the dirt. Everybody's upright, 2-point stance, so you can't really tell where people are coming from. And as we look through this, we'll see him slide early. Pretty good 3-step drop. Kincade's pretty good with his footwork in the pocket on his drops, 3 steps, 5 steps. And what's interesting when you're watching him and you're watching this offense in general, it's a pretty varied offense schematically. They'll do a lot of spread stuff like many college offenses do these days. But there'll also be times when he comes out and they're running basically flexbone stuff where he's under center. So he's got a lot on his plate, but he handles it all extremely well. Footwork here in this drop is good. Getting himself back into the ready position. Wants to throw. He's got a receiver here and another receiver here. He's got basically a triangle type concept that's set up. But pocket's starting to break down already. You can see these two rushers are going to force him to move a little bit. So he starts to slide to his right. But what's good about Kincade is the downfield vision. For somebody with his athletic ability and his ability to make people miss with the ball in his hands and his ability to pick up yardage with his feet, he usually makes the transition from passer or thrower to runner very late. He's always looking downfield to try to find another target in the passing game. And that's something that's really impressive for somebody with his ability, because you would think, somebody that can make people miss, that can get yardage with his feet, might just want to tuck it and go all the time. There are times when he does do it, but for the most part, he's really good about keeping his eyes downfield, and that's what he does here. Scanning for a target, makes a great throw here, good velocity towards the middle of the field to Chad Williams, and they move the sticks. Here's a play against MC Central. Another 3rd down situation, 3rd and 13. They come out empty against what looks to be 3-3-5 defense here. You've got a linebacker here looking to be across the line of scrimmage from a receiver, so that's a nice favorable matchup. We're going to get kind of a smash concept. We're going to get hitch here, corner looking route here. Kincade reads this really well. He sees man coverage here. He sees the corner sort of squatting a bit on that hitch route, so he knows I'm going to throw smash to the corner. And it's another really good play with good velocity here. Good drop, hits his depth, hitch and throw. Timed up well, good velocity, pretty good placement. Here's another play from this game. What I like about this one is you start to see, again, that downfield vision, the willingness to make a play in the passing game, even when you could probably pick up something with your feet. It's an interesting situation. You're down 3 right before the end of the half. What we're going to get here is we get X slant on the backside. Sorry about that. That's a little squiggly. Let's go here. Get X slant here, and we're going to get vertical concepts this way. And initially what it looks like is Kincade wants to throw here because he likes this matchup. You get linebacker on this guy. You got that seam route. You might be able to make a play there. But he pulls it down because he starts to get pressure, and it's covered pretty well. See, he's looking there. That's covered pretty well. Slant is covered. This guy took a couple steps to get off the line of scrimmage, and you've got the underneath defender. Slow it down a bit because you see the pressure start to get there. And he does a really good job here. I like this because he wants to climb, and that's another good thing about Kincade. You know, he likes to climb the pocket. He's not afraid to do that. It's not somebody that always exits out the back door, and he wants to come this way, but he sees that. Good vision there to see that, so he starts to exit this way. And that gives him more time. But again, see the helmet, see the field of vision. He's still looking downfield. He's going to beat this guy to the edge, but still looking downfield. Makes a throw late. And I like the subtlety there. He just leans back just enough to get him that extra inch, so he waits till the last second. Makes a throw downfield. Good velocity here. Again, finds a guy downfield with his downfield vision. Moves the chains. Now let's look at some plays against that season opener against Arizona. You can see we're in the second quarter. Grambling has a 1-touchdown lead. They're in the red zone, 2nd and 3 situation. Here he's going to want to throw bang A to the backside. You get X here. That's the route that he wants to throw. And I like the pre-snap read here because he sees he's got a zone key here. Got the cushion as well. He just needs to make sure that this linebacker isn't going to slide under it. But that's exactly what happens. Kincade opens to that side. Again, good footwork, hits his depth. He's looking at this little, skinny post route here. That's the route you want to throw. Look at that cushion, but linebacker's underneath it. So he starts to pull it down, and that's when protection breaks down. Guy breaks down here inside. He's got pressure off the edge as well. Makes both those guys miss. Now he's not runner yet. He's still passer. He's looking for somebody downfield. And look at the vision here to find, again, his original target back in the middle of the field. So everything's moving to the right. Has the vision to stop and throw back to a guy in the middle of the field who's wide open, who walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Now it gets called back because of a holding penalty. But focus on the traits here from the quarterback. And that's, again, the poise in the pocket, keep the eyes downfield, scan for a target, and don't forget the initial decision to pull that down because he had the look that he wanted on that band 8 route, but that linebacker jumped underneath it. So made the smart decision, a good no-throw decision to pull that down, extends the play with his feet, keeps the eyes downfield, stops on a dime to throw to the backside. That's just a nice play. And now we're going to close this out with 2 straight plays against Arizona. The first, we're going to get right here, sort of an in-breaking route with the middle of the field open, cover 2, cover 4 look. That's exactly what you want to see from a quarterback. Middle of the field open, and you're going to get a route like that. That should be there for you. And it is. We're going to see a good climb here. Again, good footwork, hits his depth. Love the way he climbs. And he just misses this one a little bit. This is one of those throws that as a quarterback you want to have this back because middle of the field, look at it here. It is wide open. But he just leaves this throw a bit too much behind the receiver. And this is one of the things I'm going to watch for Kincade going forward. He's generally pretty accurate, but one of the things that stands out watching him is he has the fastball. It's similar to Josh Allen. Has the fastball. Sometimes you'd like to see him use just a little bit more touch, get a little bit more accurate placement with his throws because he has the fastball. If he takes a little bit off this throw, maybe leads the guy a little bit more rather than trying to drill it on him, that's a touchdown. So that's something to watch for him. And you can understand why he almost wants to drill that in there because you're in the red zone. Things happen quicker. Throwing windows are usually smaller. So he tries to drill that in there. Just a little bit more touch there. That's something I'm going to be watching for Kincade this upcoming season. But here's the very next play. And what I like about this is you miss a chance like that. Now it's 3rd and 13. You know, it's time to, you know, it's 3rd down, money down. Here we get another situation where he wants to come to this side of the field. And again, you can see why. Look at the coverage here. Has this route start to break inside, but protection starts to break down again. So he climbs, again, attacks the line of scrimmage first, doesn't exit out the back door. Good job climbing the pocket again, keeping the eyes downfield. Spots his receiver, puts it on him with a chance. Touchdown. Look at this again. Again, pretty good drop, hits his depth. Is looking to this side of the field, but the pressure starts to break down. So what does he do? He climbs, keeps the eyes downfield, spots a receiver with a chance, and puts the ball where he can get it. Touchdown. 14-0 on the road against Arizona. So that's kind of the Devante Kincade and some of the things that I like about him so far. He's a very intriguing prospect, somebody you should definitely have on your radar. He will face some question marks. You know, the accuracy issues that I've talked about a little bit. Like to see him use a bit more touch. There are times when he might, you know, look to bail quicker than he should, but again, since he does such a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, it's not something that I'm terribly worried about. He'll face questions about his size, I'm sure. He's listed at 6'1", 200. If those numbers check out, I mean, I think that's an okay size. I know a lot of people kind of look at 6'2". You know, Hugh Jackson, for example, looks at 6'2" to be the, you know, the benchmark for quarterback height. So we'll have to see, you know, what his height actually checks out at. But, you know, that's something he'll certainly face some question marks about. But, you know, he plays every bit the size of a quarterback you'd want in the NFL. Again, extremely elusive guy in the pocket. Love the way he moves around in the pocket, but keeps the eyes downfield and certainly has the arm to make every throw. Like to see him use a little bit more touch at times, but that's something you just have to look for next season. So Devante Kincade, check him out when you can. As I said, follow those two guys, Will Stevenson at Draft Marvel and Riley Almond at Junior Almanac. They've been doing some good work on Kincade and some of the other guys as we're starting to get through into the next draft cycle. So check out their work as well. And always come back to InsideThePylon.com or check us out on Twitter at ITPylon. For the work that we'll be doing as we're getting you geared up for the next NFL season and, of course, the next college football season and, yes, the next NFL draft.